Alright guys, and welcome back to Alliance Tournament 15 action. I am Elise Randolph, joined by Nick L, and we've got a match for you still in the winner's bracket between LAZERHAWKS and Bright Side of Death. LAZERHAWKS in red, coming in at 30 to 50 to the arena with a double Astarte, double Navy Harbinger, double Vexor, with a Navy Vexor and twin Daredevils for tackle, supported by Oneros. Nick L, what does the Bright Side of Death team bring?
So Bright Side of Death here, bring in double Dominix, double Stratios, double Magus, Ishka, Vexor. So lots and lots of drone boats. We've been seeing a lot of compositions very similar to this today. Yeah, this is shaping up to be a great game.
Yeah, LAZERHAWKS going with a bit of a fake out. With their first ban, they banned the EOS, pretending like they don't want to see drones. Bright Side of Death countered with a Healess Sleipnir ban, another, shield drone comp, and a Minotaur Rush ban targeted there. Then LAZERHAWKS went with their final ban, banning an Ishtar. Then they went and just took a bunch of drone setups with some BCs in the mix. So really good banning there. Interesting side note to see how this is going to work out. I think Bright Side of Death, with their Dominixes coming in at the arena at 0, are going to have a bit of an edge here as they rush forward. They should be able to deal with these Vexor and Navy Vexor drones.
Hopefully so, and we do have the final seconds of the countdown, and the game is on. Let's see who can get in and get the win here. We do see fast movements here from the Daredevils trying to get in close to the blob, but just look at the amount of drones coming up from all of this. The massive drone blob is going to be crashing into one another here, and this is going to get very messy very quick here, Elise.
Oh my goodness, this Magus is just getting absolutely melted, webbed, scrammed, and painted as this drone swarm just descends all upon it. Bright Side of Death with the first loss here, losing their Magus, but they do have a lot of tracking disruptors and a lot of control, but it looks like LAZERHAWKS just does not care at all. Smart bombs going off in the center of the arena. The Bright Side of Death team are going to lose all their drones if they're not careful. LAZERHAWKS are going to lose all their drones if Bright Side of Death, if they're not careful.
Yeah, tons and tons
now
of
going
damage.
down on the Bright Side of Death side.
This is just crazy, man. There's so much damage going across so many different ships here, obviously affected by the smart bombs. The Oneros receiving some help from some remote rep drones just to keep it alive, because there are so many Berserker 2s and Praetor 2s hammering him right now. He is falling down into low armor. He is being target painted as well. He's spooling up the MJD. If he can get away on this, he's falling into low structure. No, he doesn't manage to do it. The Oneros does fall. And meanwhile, the Myrmidon from Krillko going down in revenge.
All right, so now the team with the logistics now, Bright Side of Death, look to be having a bit of an upper hand here with the control. And sorry for before, those smart bombs are hitting my brain, it seems like. Bright Side of Death still looking like they're doing quite a bit of damage here. Able to, pin down a Daredevil here as it's trying to screen off from the LAZERHAWK side.
Yeah, so Krillko surviving on the smallest amount of structure HP right now, but just as I say that, he does pop. More damage being applied to Tori Nickel and Fazayek in the Ishka. Both of these guys being webbed, scrammed, some target paints going on here. Tori Nickel does fall as well. Bright Side of Death not having a good time here. They're just cracking under the pressure.
Absolutely, their Dominixes aren't able to apply too much of their control or any new pressure on these Astartes. The point of all these Stratios is to fill your mid slots with tracking disruptors and force Harbingers and Astartes and ships like that to come in close. But the Astartes, they're just controlling these Dominixes. Proton Chick in a Dominix is actually sitting at 0 speed. He's not even trying to go out and grab these Astartes to newt them down or do anything. So these battlecruiser hulls from the LAZERHAWK side are just having total control. And we've seen Ishkar, probably the first and only time we'll see an Ishkar in the Alliance Tournament 15, the next target for the LAZERHAWK side.
Yeah, I mean, this Ishka and that Daredevil kind of tied in a battle to the death right now. Right now, it looks like the Ishka may have the upper hand here, but both of them struggling to chew through each other's armor at this point, but kind of keeping them both out of the fight, so they aren't actually managing to tie any bigger targets down. The Navy Harbinger from Lataus does end up going down as well. Lots and lots of tracking disruptors on all these Astartes, and that's got to be painful if you're missing most of your hits here just because of how many tracking disruptors they are.
All right, we've got a little bit of change here. Bright Side of Death are pulling this one back. They've got newts on Adorhita's Navy Harbinger, so these Dominics are able to apply some pressure. The twin Vexers of Stanley Ray and Dima Snow managed to MJD out of harm's way, so they are now sitting 100 kilometers from the action here with their drones still plinking away. And it looks like we got a little bit of a comeback here for the Bright Side of Death team. It's neck and neck, it looks like, as a Stratios for Bright Side of Death is going down. But LAZERHAWKS are also losing a Navy Harbinger in the process.
Yeah, there's so many like-for-like trades going on here. It's unbelievable. As you mentioned, Midas taking immense pressure. He is scrammed and is being target painted as well. He isn't going to manage to get away. He does fall as well. So, Bright Side of Death going to be seeing if they can knock out maybe they're starting, maybe the Navy Harbinger. But at the moment, using their webs and scrams on the Daredevil, trying to get him off the field. But the Daredevils just won't die. And as this game goes on and on, those Daredevils are going to have more and more of an effect on this game, purely because of how good those webs are.
All right, this is definitely a day of MJD beacons. The Astarte of Andorhita, or rather the Harbinger Navy issue of Andorhita, managed to MJD out of harm's way as well. Really good piloting. The Stratios of Midas tried to MJD, but he died just soon enough. And LAZERHAWKS, the only side with scramblers right now, are going to be able to lock these ships down. The Dominics of Grass are about to go down, and we saw a scram go on and off of him as he tried to MJD out of the arena, or MJD out of harm's way, but not going to happen, and he's going to die instead.
Yeah, Bright Side of Death not looking too healthy at this point, are kind of on their last legs. We do see a scram applied to Proton Chick, and he is going to be chewed through momentarily. But it looks like they're going to take out the Vexer of Stanley Ray first, may go for the next one for Dimmer So. But honestly, I don't think Bright Side of Death have anything left to combat this. There's just too much on the field from LAZERHAWKS. They do manage to bag themselves a Daredevil, but there is still one more on the field. But at this point, they just do not have the DPS and do not have the drones to combat anything from LAZERHAWKS at this point.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, LAZERHAWKS, it was back and forth for quite a while there. It looked pretty terrible for them for a little bit at the start. But, they managed to stabilize. They got some key MJD beacons and to save themselves. Bright Side of Death also did a lot of MJDing themselves to try and save one another, but LAZERHAWKS brought scrams. Scrams stop the MJD spool up and make you die in a fire. So that is what Bright Side of Death is doing currently, as Proton Chick is melting through structure right now. There's just an Ishkur and a Vexer belonging to Dima Snow, and that's about it. Dima Snow, he's making the best of a bad situation. He MJD'd to safety. He MJD'd another time for positioning, and now he's sitting on an MJD beacon again. So, if he wants, he could MJD out of the arena, or he could MJD back into the center and just start brawling outrageous. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, Proton Chick managing to save himself with the MJD, but unfortunately just going to mean that they turn all of their attention over to the last remaining ships of Bright Side of Death. The Vexer from Dimmer Snow now taking a bunch more damage, as he is slightly closer right now than Proton Chick. He is approaching the MJD beacon, so Dimmer Snow, again, like you said, he could choose to go back into the fight. He could choose to just MJD out the arena. Depends what he chooses to do. But at this point, just kind of chilling around the beacon. He does end up using it. He is being target painted right now. It looks like he was actually waiting for the Praetor 2s and Berserkers to get over towards him before he used it, and he is going to cause them to have a long travel time once again. The Daredevil from King Tut going in now for Proton Chick, and Anomalic and all of the LAZERHAWKS guys now MJDing straight on top of this Dominix, and Proton Chick is no longer for this world.
Yeah, I think if you're Bright Side of Death, you're going to the losers bracket. I think you got to put Dima Snow in a more important ship than a Vexer. He has just been out-piloting the entire LAZERHAWKS side this entire match. Props to him. It is going to be in a losing effort as LAZERHAWKS are victorious here in a very strong showing from them. I'm very impressed with how they flew. It looked like they were behind the 8-ball for a little bit there. They lost their own arrows pretty quickly, but they just rebounded and went through all the motions. Didn't get nervous, didn't get the shakes, and just close this one out. So props to LAZERHAWKS for winning with the Astartes and Battlecruisers, showing that today isn't all about drones. The Battlecruiser hulls can do it too.
Absolutely, and these drone compositions always very messy, and it's very hard to track where the fight is kind of going and whose side it's going in. But it's pretty clear at this point, LaserHawks have taken the victory. Dima Snow, his Vexor, now starting to burn up. It does blow up, and LaserHawks take the victory. Back to the studio.
Never mind.
LaZERHAWKS there, taking that match against Bright Side of Death. Fantastic rep, though, with those Daredevils sporting the wonderful IGC skins, which you can get either individually for a varying amount of plex, or you can buy the whole bundle, all 8 skins, for just 1,525 plex. Check out the in-game store for that, and also CCP have released a dev blog at the beginning of the Alliance tournament listing the fact that they're going to be releasing 2 a week, or you can buy them all at once in the big package. That is the end of the winners bracket for today. We are going on break now, and we'll be returning with the elimination matches after the break. Some very exciting matches down there with a few teams we were not expecting to see this soon, but never mind. I'm sure it'll be another set of fantastic matches, as the first set have been today. Thank you so much for watching the Alliance tournament with us here. Remember to follow and subscribe our Twitch channel. Check out the YouTube video for VODs. We will see you after the break.